Alright, it is time for Abby's Fortnite treasure chest cake. This is just what I'm basing the cake off of. And then I'm also going to make V-Buck cupcakes, and that's going to be the top of them. I found this on the internet, and this is just a loot crate I had. I think I got it at Walmart. So when I went to Michael's today to get supplies, I found these cake pans. They came 4 in a pack, and they're smaller, and they're to make a layered cake easy. So these 4 pans fits 1 box of cake mix, which I go ahead and just use store-bought cake mix. To me, it's just as good because I hand make the icing, and the extra special icing makes the store-bought box taste just fine. I mean, I've never had a complaint with using store-bought cake. So cake mix, and it just saves time. So 1 box for these 4 cake pans. So this is smaller, but I'm only feeding 8 people. And I gotta take this cake to Abby's house tomorrow. So I don't want it to be like too big where I can't transport it. So these are gonna be stacked on top of here. And then the cupcakes, I think this is gonna be plenty of cake because once you ice it and once you put the fondant on it, it's gonna get bigger. But if I'm also have cupcakes as the backup in case we don't have enough cake. So you're gonna have 24 cupcakes and like a 6-layer cake. So it's gonna be plenty. The cupcakes are already cooling. I'm going to show how I'm going to make the top of that, and I'm going to get started on making the layers of cake. Alright, to make the top of the cupcakes, this is my pattern I got off of the internet. And so at Michael's, they had small boxes of fondant, because for the cakes, I usually get these big boxes, but I don't need that much for the cupcakes. And so they had these smaller boxes, which I thought was cool, and they had bigger choice of colors. So I got gray, I got this teal, and I got this white. So I'm gonna do a gray circle with the little teal 3 stripes, and then cut out a V. And so I'm gonna get started rolling out the fondant. And then I also just made my buttercream icing. I'm gonna pipe just a layer on top of each cupcake so the fondant has something to stick to. So let me get started icing the cupcakes and rolling out the fondant. All right, I'm rolling out the gray fondant, and all I'm doing is taking a jelly jar and using that as my circle cutter. Oh, sorry, I hit my thing. And then, just peel. Oh, what's working? This is my second batch. Just peel away the extra fondant. Ugh, this one I didn't do as smoothly. And then I'm putting over here on a sheet of paper so they can harden a little, because this is going to be the bottom of the V-Buck coin. I need to make 24. So the 1 little pack, it was this little container. It's definitely not a lot of fondant. So I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'll be able to get 12 out of 1 container, and I did buy 2 of these, and I have 24 cupcakes, so I need 24 tokens. All right, let me finish rolling that and make 2 more tokens. I'm kneading the second batch, and this says it's gray. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting my tripod. It does not look gray to me at all. See, this is gray. This looks like green. So I'm really disappointed that it says it's gray and it's really not. So, but it's what I got, so I'm gonna use it. So yeah, when the fondant comes out very hard, so you have to knead it to get it soft, so you can roll it out. I was surprised by how hard it was. It says it's supposed to doesn't expire until 2020, but it was way too hard for something that was sealed up. Not for sure that I will get this fondant brand again. All right, and then just use a little powdered sugar so it doesn't stick, and then the powdered sugar rubs off very easily. All right, let me roll this out, and it does not look great. Anyway, let me roll it out and cut out 12 more tokens. All right, I rolled out the 24 tokens. As you can clearly see, this is gray, and this is like, I don't know, blue-gray. Here's the two boxes, same exact box. So I'm really irritated. I'm definitely not gonna buy this brand again. I'm upset that they're not consistent on their colors, and it was a little harder than I expect a fondant like this to be. So anyway, it'll do for now, but I'm kind of really irritated. These definitely don't look gray to me. So I'm just letting them dry a little on this sheet so they can firm up a little. I'm gonna ice the cupcakes, and then I'm going to roll out the white and cut out the V for the top of the tokens. Abby likes a yellow cake, and so I just made yellow cupcakes, and I'm just going to do a simple piping icing. I'm not doing anything decorative. I'm basically just swirling around so it just has a nice base layer for the tokens to stick to. So I'm going to pipe all 24 cupcakes real quick. Just a simple swirly pattern. Just a little nicer than icing it with a spatula. Token should be enough to cover it, but I just don't want it to look too sloppy. So I need to do that for all the cupcakes. All right, so the next part of the V-Buck coin is this little, I don't know, side mark. So there's 3 of them. So what I'm going to do is just roll out like, you know, the classic snake method. Just roll it like that until it becomes a long, skinny cord. So I'm going to keep doing that until it's thin like I want. Okay, and then I'm just going to, sorry, as I reach around, it's kind of skinny like I want, and then I'm just going to push it down. Push it down. Okay, and then let's see. Cut off the end because I want a nice end. And then just eyeball it. What is that on it? Okay, I don't like that one. Let's do it again. Eyeball it. And then it's going to be like one right there. Oh gosh. This is going to take forever. One right there. Kind of looks like them. Maybe I'll flatten them a little more. Flatten them a little more. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, and then I want it to stick to this coin. And so you can buy fondant glue, or you can just use corn syrup. And that is what I am going to do. So just going to, this is a paintbrush I only use for baking. Just put a little corn syrup on the one side and then put it down where I want it and press it down. Same thing, just a little corn syrup. Put it where I want it. And one more. Okay, where was the back? Corn syrup. It's much cheaper than buying the $10 bottle of fondant glue, which I am sure is corn syrup. if I don't get it all over my hands. All right, so that's the first one. Not the best, but I'll do it better off camera so that. And then I have the alphabet cookie cutters, so I will cut out a V and put it in the middle. Next, is that going to give me enough space? It is going to be a close fit, but I think this is the perfect size for that. So, all right, let me roll out some more of this and finish off, I don't know what you call it, the 3 marks on the token. Don't know. All right, this is the first layer of the cake. It's gonna be like 6 layers, I think, altogether. It's easy to, I did trim the top a little because I want it to be completely flat. And so I'm just going to pipe a level of, hold on, let me get I got my icing over here out of the view. Oh, too much icing in the bag. Let me get this closed. Okay, that's gonna be too much icing. So I am just going to put icing around the edge. I am piping it. I keep seeing that in videos where people pipe it just to give it cleaner lines, and then they spatula it in the middle. But I have all my icing in the bag, so I am just going to go like this real quick. I'm not doing too much icing because there is gonna be lots of layers, and each layer is gonna have icing in the middle. So I'm just piping like that. Now I'm gonna put the next layer on. I will have to say I really love these little pans. They're definitely no stick pans, so it's pretty easy to get them out of the pan. Might be one of my favorite purchases so far. All right, here we go again. Another layer of icing. And this is my buttercream icing that I made earlier. All right, I got 4 layers baked so far, so let me get the other 2 layers on real quick. All right, so this is 4 layers. I'm going to go ahead and ice what I have so far. This is going to be the bottom right here. It is 3.5 inches tall, and then I am going to I'm gonna bake 1 more box, which is gonna be 4 layers, but I'm only gonna add 2, maybe 3 layers, because then it's gonna be the curved, that I am going to sculpt. So, but first I'm gonna just go ahead and ice this so far, so it's like one big base. So like basically this is gonna be like a whole second part, the top of the chest. So let me get this iced, and then I'm going to start baking the second part. This is all I'm gonna do tonight because I want this to firm up in the fridge. I want it to be a little firm because I'm gonna be putting a lot of fondant on it. So let me get that iced, and then I'll bake the cakes, and then I will finish the rest in the morning. All right, I'm happy with the size of the V's that the stencil is making. I am just putting them onto the coins now. All right, here is all the V-Buck coins. They need to just harden up a little bit. That one has a little sugar. The sugar just wipes off. It just helps it prevent from sticking. So, I don't know, not exact, but close enough. These will be the little cupcake toppers. I'm gonna cover them with plastic wrap for the night so they can harden up a little, and then I will put them on cupcakes in the morning. All right, here are the V-Buck cupcakes in their carrier. I just put the topping on. I think they look pretty darn good. It's a little warm in here since I've been baking, so I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator for a little bit to get the icing to firm up. It's still a couple hours till Abby's party, but I'm extremely happy with how they turned out. All right, here is the treasure chest cake before the fondant. So it is 5 layers, and the last 3 layers I kind of tapered so it looks like the top of a chest. It'll look more like a chest once I put the fondant on, but that is it. So it's exactly 6 inches high. I absolutely love the new cake pans I bought. They didn't stick at all, and I just think they're the perfect size. So anyway, now I have my brown fondant. So I'm gonna start rolling that out and then cut strips to form wooden planks. So let's make sure they gave us the right fondant. All right, looks like a big chunk of fudge. So with fondant, it's a little stiff when you first get it, so you just have to knead it like dough until it is pliable. So let me start kneading that and then rolling it out. All right, I rolled out some strips, and I did make a quick template so I knew how long they needed to be. And then I just cut them and then just take there are fondant tools you can use to make scores, but I just took a tip of a paintbrush and just, run creases around it to make it look like weathered wood. And now I am going to take the icing and start applying it to the cake. Let's see. I'm just gonna put a fresh coat of icing because this base layer is been refrigerated, so it's pretty hard. And that's why I just did a light base layer of icing, because I knew I'd be putting a bunch more. So this is the thickest, so I want this to be the bottom. And then and I can trim it later if it's too long. I kind of see that it's a little too long, and then just press it until it's nice and secure to the icing. And then I'll take this next piece. Oh, I only did enough icing for, let me do more icing. All right. And then, oops, too much icing. All right, now I will wipe that the extra icing off in a minute. Okay, and then one more. There. All right, so now I will keep rolling out the rest of the strips. Did you see how I applied it? Okay. All right, this is all the planks on it. I still have to put the hardware on it, but I'm not for sure how well you can see in the camera, but it does look like wooden planks. The icing's showing through in a couple spots. I'm not really gonna worry about that until I am done putting the hardware on. Maybe that will cover it up a little, but I don't know. I think it looks like a treasure chest, but the hardware will definitely make it look more like a treasure chest. So so that is going to be black fondant. I was gonna paint it with, I wanted silver. I couldn't really find silver. I know that they do sell the silver powder, but I didn't find it. So I think the black will still look good. So, there's plenty of treasure chests with black metal on it. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I am done. So this is my Fortnite loot crate. So, or is it treasure chest? I'm not for sure the exact term. I'll have to ask Abby, but I don't know. Kind of looks pretty close to me. So this is black fondant, and then brown fondant, and then I did the handles on the side even, and then the back has the hinges. So I am extremely happy with how it turned out. Much better than I was expecting. So yeah, very, very happy. And it really wasn't that hard rolling out the fondant and strips. So yeah, I'm just tired. I've been working on this. I don't know how professional cake bakers make any money, because I worked on this for like 5 hours last night, and I worked on this for like 4 hours today, and I'm just so tired. So tired. It is hard work baking cakes and decorating them to look realistic. So anyway, that's it, and I will probably add a little footage of Abby's party tonight to see how she likes the cake. And I've been taste testing the icing all day long. It is very, very good. And I actually had an extra piece of cake left. I had one layer I didn't use, so that's it. I am going to put the extra icing on that and save that for later. But anyway, look at that. I am just so happy with how it turned out. It's really not that hard. If anyone else wants to make a cake, it is just a bunch of layers and rolling out some fondant, and that's, you know, and a lot of time. It is so much time, but I know Abby's gonna love it, so it's well worth it. All right, the cake made it to Abby's house in one piece.
First of all, they don't do as good headshots. It's like harder to aim, and they have more like, what's it called? Like it shoots more up.
Abby's explaining to Bob why she doesn't like the new Fortnite. So what do you think about your cake?
I like it.
Good. You don't love it, you just like it?
I love it, alright?
Alright, that's
Other than chocolate fondant, it's not that good, I learned.
Well, okay, don't, oh my god, don't eat your cake before everyone else has a chance.
I think that fondant's better.
I do, I agree. But that's the only flavor they have, the brown.
You guys notice how much less presents I got than my sister?
They're still,
I got a
are still
bed, that's
coming.
why. I got a $500 bed.
Oh.
And I don't get a computer.
Gee, and wait, here. Let's
I already got
think
the
about
hydro flask,
this.
and that's a can.
She got this wall mount, so wonder what else goes with this wall mount.
I wonder.
That's not a very
That's
good
a
secret.
hydro flask, I already know that.
Did you know you're getting a TV?
Yeah.
Because this kind of gives it away.
They're like, while you're passing practice, we're going out to get the TV. They told me.
Oh, okay, okay, good.
All right, so no
This-
surprises there. Oh, don't fall over. Don't fall over.
I don't know what these two are.
You don't know what those two are?
You
know what? We got you because you asked.
No, I have no clue what that is.
Really?
I know what it is.
She's being sarcastic.
It's
Wait, well, wait. You
how
just
it's
wait.
called.
Wait till you open them.
This
Wait till you open
is
them.
both $100. Just kidding.
Mine was actually a little more than $100, but that's fine. Shut the lights off. Can you look at me without a goofy look? All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abby. Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha and many more.
Weak!
Oh no!
Weak!
It's on the cake.
They're
It's
dripping
on the
wax
cake.
all over the icing. You gotta make it chewier. It's already pretty chewy.
There's one.
Layers.
Take that one, Jay.
Take that one. All right. Trying to cut up the cake is not easy.
Wait a minute, you got all the plates?
Oh, there's still.
Or is that just one?
You got two left there.
Okay.
It's holding up pretty good.
That one. That was my first pick.